Today, we're going to get into a really cool story. It's about where ancient wisdom, kind of the stuff passed down for generations, smashes right up against the modern world of patents and intellectual property. It's a fight to protect a whole nation's cultural soul from being, well, stolen. And where does a story like this even begin? Well, not with some dusty treaty or a new law. Nope. It all starts with a spice, a simple, bright yellow root that ended up sparking an international revolution in intellectual property, forcing everyone to ask, who owns the past? I mean, really, it all boils down to a question just like this. Think about it. Some home remedy your family has used forever, something everyone just knows. Could someone else just swoop in, claim it as their own brand new invention, and get a patent for it? Well, that's the exact problem India came face to face with. Okay, so here's what happened. Back in 1995, a U.S. patent was granted for using turmeric to heal wounds. Now, to a patent office, that might seem normal. But in India, this was just wild. Putting turmeric paste on cuts and scrapes is knowledge that's been around for thousands of years. It's as common as knowing how to boil water. So India fought back, and they came with receipts, literally ancient Sanskrit texts to prove this was nothing new. And guess what? They won. The patent was revoked. But this victory wasn't just about turmeric. Oh no, it was a massive wake-up call. It shined a huge spotlight on this global problem called bio-piracy, the unethical patenting of knowledge that belongs to indigenous communities. That whole fight over turmeric really blew the doors open on this idea of traditional knowledge, or TK for short. So what exactly is that? Because let me tell you, it is way, way more than just herbal remedies. At its heart, traditional knowledge is like the living, breathing library of a community. It's all the collected wisdom, the skills, the ways of doing things that are passed down, not in textbooks, but through everyday life. It's the stuff that really shapes a community's identity. And yeah, it includes incredibly sophisticated medical systems like Ayurveda, which dates back thousands of years. There's a reason it's often called the mother of all healings. It has ancient texts detailing everything from surgery to internal medicine. But traditional knowledge isn't just about medicine. It's also about some seriously brilliant engineering and ecological wisdom. You've got systems like the Johads and Rajasthan, or the Zabo system in Nagaland. These are ancient, absolutely ingenious methods of conserving water that modern science is still learning from. And of course, you have the priceless, vibrant cultural arts, the stunningly intricate weave of a Kanjivaram sari, the unique storytelling you see in Mother Bunny and Worley paintings. These aren't just crafts, They're entire knowledge systems, holding generations of skill and heritage. So all of this brings us to a really tricky question. If this knowledge is so old, and it's been shared by whole communities for centuries, who actually owns it? How does our modern legal system even begin to deal with that? And that's the real rub, isn't it? Western patent law is built around individual inventors and clear timelines. One person, one idea, one date. But traditional knowledge is communal. It's ancient. Its origins are spread out across a whole community. So who gets to speak for it? Some researchers, Hansen and Van Fleet, actually helped clarify this. They explained that the knowledge holders can be anyone from a single person to an entire community. And the rights to that knowledge can be set up in the same way, belonging to one person, many people, or literally everyone in the group. So the general agreement that's starting to form is this. Traditional knowledge is the collective property of the communities who have been its guardians. They're the ones who've kept it safe, built upon it, and passed it down through the ages. Faced with the constant threat of bio-piracy, India knew it couldn't just keep fighting these battles one patent at a time. It needed a defense, a proactive one. And the solution they came up with was truly groundbreaking, a digital shield to protect ancient knowledge. This digital shield is called the Traditional Knowledge Digital Library, or TKDL, and the idea, which was really pushed forward by Dr. Raghunath Mishalkar, was to create a way to stop this appropriation before it even started, to stop bad patents before they could ever be granted. The way it works is just so clever. First, they document all this knowledge from ancient texts. Then, it gets translated into the main languages used by patent offices around the world: English, Japanese, German, you name it. This massive database is then given to patent examiners. So now, when an application for, say, turmeric's healing power comes in, the examiner can just search the TKDL, find what's called prior art, and see that this invention is thousands of years old. And just like that, the patent is stopped dead in its tracks. Now, the TKDLL is an absolutely incredible tool. There's no doubt about it. But it is not India's only line of defense, not by a long shot. In fact, it's just one part of a much bigger, multi-layered strategy to protect its heritage.
Yeah, think of it less like a single shield and more like a whole fortress. India has built up an entire system of laws, government bodies, and even grassroots initiatives that are all working together to protect its traditional knowledge. And I mean, just look at the scope of this thing. You've got huge laws like the Biological Diversity Act. There's a whole government ministry, Ayush, that's dedicated to traditional medicine. And it's not all top-down either. You have community-led projects like People's Biodiversity Registers. It's a truly comprehensive approach.
Let's just zoom in on one of these tools for a second. Geographical indications, or GIs. This is a super powerful form of intellectual property that doesn't protect an invention. Instead, it protects the special link between a product's quality and the specific place it comes from.
You're probably already familiar with this idea, even if you don't recognize the name. Only tea grown in a very specific region can be legally called Darjeeling tea, right? Well, that same protection is used for unique products like Devgat Hapus mangoes or Nagpur oranges, making sure they're authentic and protecting the communities that grow them.
So, after all these efforts, this digital library, this legal fortress, these GIs, what's the ultimate goal? Where does all this lead for the future of traditional knowledge? And this, right here, is the most important point. The goal isn't to put all this ancient wisdom in a museum and lock the door. It's all about ensuring fair play. It's about making sure that when this knowledge is used to create new products or medicines, the original communities, the people who guarded that knowledge for centuries, are properly recognized and actually share in the benefits. And this leaves us with a huge question, one that goes way beyond just India. As our world gets more and more connected, how do we build a global system that respects and honors the wisdom of the past, while still encouraging the kind of innovation that will shape our future? Finding that balance, well, that's the real challenge, isn't it?